Let's start Genzilla up, hit the road. What up, guys? Mike G with MDG Collections on hand. Today, ladies and gentlemen, New York City, 41 degrees, and it is a windy one out today. So let's just talk about things that you take for granted. You need to be blessed that you woke up, number one, that you have great health, and that you have the things that you have. So a lot of people want things beyond their means, and they can't really even take care of their priorities first before they do other things they shouldn't be doing. So you just got to be thankful for the things that you have, and thank God for overall great health. Now, some of my subscribers, or most of them, should know that this is a channel about knowledge, a channel about, it's almost like class for the YouTube community. I do not come on this channel and give you guys incorrect information. I don't say it. I either do not say it, or if I do say it, I know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is from just experience, just me experiencing things. Yes, I look young, but I'm not the youngest guy, all right? I'm probably older than most of you guys think. So do I know it all? Of course not, but I use my experiences that I've been through in life and channel it through these videos so you guys can see it. Like I said, I've showed you guys a few days ago, my demographic is about 25 to 35. So as I said, people that, maybe right at 25 have just started their careers, maybe a year or two within or within their careers, or maybe just starting. Some people don't even start until 30. They can't find what they want to do until 30. And look at this. On a Sunday, I'm on my way to work on a Sunday, and look at this guy driving like a fool. The Amazon truck driving like a complete fool. So let me just go ahead and take her out of track mode right now. It's a little pointless. Put it back in street. But, this channel is to educate as much as possible. I'm using, what God gave me, and that's this platform on a small scale that it is right now, to be able to, educate as many people as I can and try to, make you guys realize a lot of certain things that maybe you don't realize, that I didn't realize until I was in my 30s or mid 30s or whatever you want to say. When I was 25, I knew some things, but I learned a lot. And over the next 10 years, from 25 to 35, I learned a whole heck of a lot. Yes, I'm older than 35 right now, as some of you know. When you are making sure that your priorities are straight and, your bills are paid first, and then you can go and you can do these luxury things, you're making great decisions. And in life, you will see that those things will pay off as you get older, and it takes time. So I'm telling you that right now, these things take time. So you can't just go in and expect for things to just happen overnight. They absolutely take time. Now, as I'm being patient every single day, waiting to place this order on this Daytona Hellcat wide body that I'm trying to get, it's a part of the makeup that I have, and that is patience and just being disciplined. I could have just pressed the red button already and ordered a wide body Hellcat and just settle, but I'm trying my best not to do that. I'm trying my best to be patient and wait for them to open up these ordering books for this Daytona Hellcat so I can keep the legacy going for the Daytona like I want to do on my channel. Now, if for whatever reason I can't get this Daytona Hellcat, for whatever reason it just does not work out for me, then I'll be forced to just get a regular wide body, and I would probably still be happy, but I really want the Daytona because that's what I have. I have a Daytona and I want to stick with that. So right now, as the time is ticking away and we're waiting, or I'm waiting for something to happen, all I can do is just keep you guys advised. And I have a lot of guys watching out for me, making sure that this car does not become available behind my back. And I know for a fact, the way how I'm looking and the way how I'm checking, that probably just won't happen. I'm checking every single day. I got people in California, I got people upstate, I got my dealership looking every single day online on their dealer sites to find out when this car is available for pickup. And you best believe they're on my side and they will let me know ASAP. So that's what we're working with right now when it comes to that. that will be some great excitement for myself, and you guys will see that through the videos when I start making content with the new car as I'm going 0 miles per hour. You know, Albany is definitely a better place to live. Albany, New York, upstate New York, less traffic, but yeah, you know, long term, you're still dealing with snow up there just like you're dealing down here. So I'm definitely out. And what I also wanted to talk about before we go and check out the Daytona in one of my spots, the guy that wrote to me, one of my viewers, and I think you subscribed right after we spoke about the Genesis, about the V8 Genesis. You were saying you were saving up your money or you were about to pay off your car or something like that to get a Genesis. Now, that Genesis, like how I told you, I had it for over 6, almost 7 years. I paid that car off, and when I paid that car off, I used what they gave me, which was basically $10,000 in equity, positive equity, to go to my new car, which is this car right here. I went a whole year. Remember, that car was 42 grand. I think I got it for 37,890 or something like that, because it was a demo car. The manager was using that car, so it had like 7,000 miles on it. So I actually got big numbers taken off the car. So when I paid it off in 2015, I went all of 2016 without a car note. That car, of course, cars depreciate. That car was in mint condition. So when I had it paid off, it was almost 7 years old. The mileage was up there. So of course, you're not gonna get that much money for a car, especially a Hyundai that they say is not, you know, an exotic. It was just a luxury brand, but at the time it was the first Genesis that came out, so no one knew about it. So for me to still get a little over 10,000, I think I got 10,000 some change for that car, a 7-year-old car with I think close to 60,000 miles on it, and it just being a Hyundai Genesis, that was incredible for me. All right, so that was positive equity that I put towards this finance, and that's how I got a decent deal on this car right here. So I highly recommend that car. Like how I told you, man, definitely get it. I would highly recommend any Genesis. I need to do a review on the newer Genesis, on the brand new generation Genesis. I still have not gotten a chance to do that yet, but I have driven one, and they are incredible. They are very powerful. That 5.0 is a very powerful machine. It is a ZF automatic transmission, just like the Genesis that you saw in that video that we spoke about, which is my car. It was a 4.6. And that car was a powerhouse. I'm telling you right now, 4.6 back then in 2009, you know, was right close to like a 5.0. That was like, you know, that was up there. I think they had at that time, of course, they had these 6.2s or whatever, these Hemis. But if you're just talking about outside of a Hemi, that is a big engine. A 4.6 is a big engine. And it still is to this day. We in this world with these 6.4 liters, which is what I have, or the 6.2 Hellcat, or the 5.7 V8, forget that those are huge engines, rightfully so, but there's engines like a 5.0 or even a 4.6. And sometimes even a 4.2, that's a fairly nice size engine. I think a lot of the Audis have 4.2s if I'm not mistaken. So get that car, man, enjoy it, and then keep me posted. All right, guys, so let's just talk about the width of these cars. Now, the width of this car is, in person, a lot wider, if you ask me, than it is on pictures. You know, it feels like to me like the car is not as wide on pictures as it is in person. So, and we're just talking about the narrow bodies. We're talking about the narrow bodies as they are referred to right now. And these new wide bodies that are coming out look a lot wider on film right now. And, you know, it's just amazing to me because how my Daytona looks, it looks so much more wide in person than it does on film or in pictures. So I can only imagine what these new wide bodies are going to look like in person. If this car looks wide in person, this narrow body, I can only imagine what the new wide bodies are going to look like in person. You know, these cars now are starting to look slightly narrow on video and in pictures compared to how they did before. I don't know if it's all mental, but it probably is, because if this car looks extremely wide right now in person, but on film it doesn't, and then the wide bodies on film look wider and they look wide, how I guess this will look in person, I can only imagine what the wide bodies are going to look like in person. They're going to be a sight to see. So, you know, I can't wait to get my wide body, but until then, I'm just going to admire my 392 because she looks amazing. And that is going to do it for this upload. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time. ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be a